Hi friends, welcome. Today's we see the basic introduction of the internet, the web and the electronic commerce. Introduction. Want to communicate with a friend across town, in another state or even in another country? Looking for your long lost friend? Looking for travel or entertainment information? Perhaps you are researching a term paper or exploring different career paths. Where do you start? For this and other information related activities, most people use the internet and the web. The internet is often referred to as the information superhighway. In a, in a sense, it is like a highway that connects you to millions of other people and organizations. Unlike typical highways that move people and things from one location to another, the internet moves your ideas and information. The web provides an easy to use, intuitive multimedia interface to resources available on the internet. It has become an everyday tool for all of us to use. Competent end users need to be aware of the resources available on the internet and the web. Additionally, they need to know how to access the resources to effectively communicate electronically, to efficiently locate information, to understand electronic commerce and the use of web utilities. The Internet and the Web. The Internet was launched in 1969 when the United States funded a project that developed a national computer network called Advanced Research Project Agency Network, ARPANET. The Internet is a large network that connects together smaller networks all over the globe. The web was introduced in 1991 at the Center of European Nuclear Research (CERN) in Switzerland. Prior to the web, the internet was all text, no graphics, animation, sound, or video. The web made it possible to include these elements. It provided a multimedia interface to researchers available on the internet. From these early research beginnings, the internet and the web have evolved into one of the most powerful tools of the 21st century. It is easy to get the internet and the web confused, but they are not the same thing. The internet is the actual network. It is made of wires, cables, satellites, and rules for exchanging information between the computers connected to the network. Being connected to this network is often described as being online. The internet connects millions of computers and researchers throughout the world. The web is a multimedia interface to the resources available on the internet. Every day, over a billion users from nearly every country in the world use the internet and the web. What are they doing? The most common uses are the following. Number one, communicating. Communicating is by far the most popular internet activity. You can exchange email with your family and friends almost anywhere in the world. You can join and listen to discussion and debates and a wide variety of special interest topics. Number 2, shopping. Shopping is one of the fastest growing internet applications. You can window shop, look for the latest fashion, search for bargains and make purchases. Number 3, searching. Searching for information has never been more convenient. You can access some of the world's largest libraries directly from your home computer. You can find the latest local, national, and international news. Number 4, entertainment. Entertainment options are nearly endless. You can find music, movies, magazines, and computer games. You will find live concerts, movie previews, book clubs, and interactive live games. Number 5, education or e-learning. Education or e-learning is another rapidly emerging web application. You can take classes on almost any subject. There are courses just for fun and there are courses for high school, college and graduate school credit. Some cost nothing to take and others cost a lot. The first step to using the internet and web is to get connected or to gain access to the internet. Access. The internet and the telephone system are similar. You can connect a computer to the internet much like you connect a phone to the telephone system. Once you are on the internet, your computer becomes an extension of what seems like a giant computer. A computer that branches all over the world when provided with a connection to the internet. You can use a browser program to search the web. Providers. The most common way to access the internet is through an internet service provider ISP. The providers are already connected to the internet and provide a path or connection for individuals to access the internet. Your college or university most likely provides you with free access to the internet either through its varsity most likely provides you with free access to the internet either through its local area networks or through a dial-up or telephone connection. There are also some companies that offer free internet access. The most widely used commercial internet service providers are national and wireless providers. Number 1, national service providers. National service providers like BSNL, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited are the widely used. They provide access through standard telephone or cable connections. Users can access the internet from almost anywhere within the country for a standard fee without incurring long distance telephone charges. Number 2, wireless service providers. Wireless service providers offers internet connection for computers with wireless modems and a wide array of wireless devices. And we will discuss ISP using one of a variety connections technologies including DSL, cable and wireless modems. Browsers. Browsers are programs that provide access to web researchers. This software connects you to remote computers, opens and transfers files, displays text and images, and provides in one tool an uncomplicated interface to the internet and web documents. Browsers allow you to explore or to surf the web by easily moving from one website to another. Three well-known browsers are Mozilla Firefox, Apple Safari, and Microsoft Internet Explorer. For browsers to connect to resources, the location or address of the resources must be specified. These addresses are called Uniform Resources Locators (URLs). All URLs have at least two basic ports. The first port presents the protocol used to connect to the resource, as we will discuss in chapter 9. Protocols are rules for exchanging data between computers. The protocol HTTP is the most widely used web protocol. The second part presents the domain name. It indicates the specific address where the resource is located. The domain is identified as ndtv.com. Many URLs have additional ports specifying directory paths, file names, and pointers. The last part of the domain name following the dot is the top level domain TLD. It identifies the type of organization. For example, .com indicates a commercial site. The URL http://www.ndtv.com connects your computer to a computer that provides information about NDTV. Once the browser has connected to the website, a document file is sent back to your computer. This document typically contains hypertext markup language HTML. The browser interprets the HTML formatting instruction for displays the document as a web page. For example, when your browser first connects to the internet, it opens up to a web page specified in the web browser settings. This page presents information about the site along with references and hyperlinks or links that connect to the other document containing related information, text files, graphic images, audio, and video clips. These documents may be located on a nearby computer system or on one halfway around the world. The links typically appear on the web page is as underlined and colored text and or images. To access the referenced material, all you do is click on the highlighted text or image. A connection is automatically made to the computer containing the material and the referential material appears on your display screen. Web pages also can contain special programming to hard interest and activity. A language called JavaScript is often used to trigger simple interactive features such as an opening new browser windows and checking information entered in online forms. Another example is applets, which are written in the Java programming language. This program can be downloaded quickly and run by most browsers. Java applets are used to present animation, display graphics, provide interactive games, and much more. Communication. As previously mentioned, communication is the most popular internet activity and it is in fact cannot be overestimated. At a personal level, friends and a family can stay in connect with one another even when separated by thousands of miles. At a business level, electronic communication has become a standard and many times preferred way to stay in touch with suppliers, employees, and customers. The three most popular types of internet communications are email, instant messaging, social networking, blogs, and wikis. Number 1. Email. Email or electronic mail is the transmission of electronic messages over the internet. At one time, email consisted only of basic text messages. Now, email routinely includes graphics, photos, and many different types of file attachments. People all over the world send email to each other. You can email your family, your coworkers, and your friends. All you need to send and receive email is an email account, access to the internet, and an email program. Some of the most widely used email programs are Microsoft's Outlook, Express, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, etc. A typical email message has three basic elements: header message and signature. The header appears first and typically includes the following information: addresses, addresses of the person sending, receiving, and optionally anyone else who is to receive copies. Email address have two basic parts. The first part is the user's name and the second part is the domain name, which includes the top level domain. In our example email, Elam is the user's name. The server providing email service for Elam in yahoo.com or gmail.com. Subject. Subject, a one-line description used to present the topic of the message. A subject lines typically are displayed when a person checks his or her mailbox. Attachments. Attachments. Many email programs allow you to attach files such as documents and image files. If a message has an attachment, the file name appears on the attachment line. If you are sending a large file, however, there are more efficient ways to send the file. To learn more about how you can send a large files, see Making IT Work for You, sharing and files of large pages. The letter or messages comes next. Finally, the signature provides additional information about the sender. Typically, this information includes the sender's name, address, and telephone number. Email can be a valuable asset in your personal and professional life. However, like many other valuable technologies, there are drawbacks too. We all receive a lot of unwanted and unsolicited emails every year. This unwelcome email is called spam. While spam is indeed a distraction and nuisance, it also can be dangerous. For example, computer viruses or destructive programs are often attached to unsolicited email. Computer virus and ways to protect against them will be discussed a lot of time. An effective approach has been the development which is the use of spam blockers. These programs use a variety of different approaches of identify and eliminate spam. Instant messaging. Instant messaging (IM) allows two or more people to connect each other via direct live communication. To use instant messaging, you register with an instant messaging server and then specify a list of friends. Whenever you connect to the internet, special software informs your messaging server that you are online. In response, the server will notify if any of your friends are online. At the same time, it notifies your friends that you are online. You can then send messaging directly back and forth to one another. Most instant messaging programs also include video conferencing features, file sharing, and remote assistance. Many businesses routinely use these instant messaging features. The most widely used instant messaging services are Rediff, BOL, Instant Messenger, Microsoft MSN Messenger, and Yahoo Messenger. One limitation, however, is that many instant messaging services do not support communication with the other services. For example, at the time of this writing, a user registered with Yahoo cannot use Yahoo's instant messenger to communicate with a user registered with a Rediff BOL. Recently, however, some software companies have started providing universal instant messenger programs that overcome this limitation. For example, Gain, Odigo, and Trillion provide instant messaging services and that do support communication with other services. Social networking. One of the fastest growing uses of the internet is social networking or connecting individuals to one another. Three basic categories of social networking sites are reuniting, friend of a friend, and common interest. Reuniting sites. Reuniting sites are designated to connect people who have known one another but have lost touch. For example, an old school friend that you have not seen for several years. You join a social network by connecting a reuniting site and providing profile information such as your age, gender, name of high school, and so forth. This information is added to the reuniting site's members database. Members are able to search the database to locate individuals. Many of the sites will even notify you whenever a new individual joins whose professional information matches some parts of yours, such as years passing out from school. One of the best known reuniting sites is Facebook. Friend of a friend sites. Friend of a friend sites are designated to bring together two people who do not know one another but share a common friend. The theory is that if you share a common friend, then it is likely that you would become friends. For example, a network could be started by one of your acquaintances by providing profile information on himself or herself and a list of friends. You could visit your acquaintances' sites to connect to a friends of your acquaintances. You could join the list of friends provided at the site to well-known friends of a friend sites or Friendster and MySpace. Common interest sites. Common interest sites bringing together individuals that share common interests or hobbies. You select a networking site based on a particular interest. For example, If you wanted to share images, you might join Flickr. If you are looking for business contacts, you might join LinkedIn. If you wanted to locate or create a special interest group, you might join Meetup. Before providing any information to a social networking site or any individual, consider carefully what you are disclosing. Do not provide inappropriate or overly personal information. For a list of some popular social networking sites, blogs and wikis. In addition to social networking sites, there are other types of sites that help ordinary people communicating across the web. Many individuals create a personal websites called weblogs or blogs to keep in touch with friends and family. Blog postings are time-stamped and arranged with the newest item first. Often, readers of the sites are allowed to comment. Some blogs are like online diaries with personal information. Other focuses on information about a hobby or the theme, such as knitting, electronic devices, or good books. Although the most are written by individual bloggers, there are also group blogs with multiple contributors. Some business and newspapers also have started blogging as a quick publishing method. Several sites provide tools to create blogs. Two of the most widely used are Blogger and the WordPress. Wiki. A wiki is a website specially designed to allow visitors to fill them in missing information or correct inaccuracies. Wiki, W-I-K-I. Wiki comes from the Hawaiian word for fast, which describes the simplicity of editing and publishing through wiki software. Wikis support collaborative writing in such which there is not a single expert author, but rather a community of interested people that builds knowledge over time. Perhaps the most famous example is Wikipedia, an online encyclopedia written and edited by anyone who wants to contribute that has millions of entries in over 20 languages. Creating a blogs and wikis are example of web authoring. We will discuss web authoring software in detail in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope this video will help you something.